You are watching the internet react to one of the most heartwarming and spectacular dances of the season. Dylan Efron and pro Daniella Karagach just performed a contemporary to Rewrite the Stars, a song famously sung by Dylan's older brother Zac Efron for The Greatest Showman. But that's only half the story. This was dedication night, and Dylan brought his little sister Olivia into the spotlight for a performance that has fans sobbing and the judges reaching for their 9 paddles. Why is this one performance causing such a massive stir and capturing so many hearts? Because it's more than just a dance. It's a beautiful tribute that has sparked a huge debate about improvement, family love, and what it truly means to be a contender on a show like Dancing with the Stars. We're diving deep into the public's reaction, from the floods of emotional praise to the surprising drama brewing over the scoring. You won't believe how much improvement people have seen in Dylan. Wait until you hear why some fans are upset about who didn't get those high scores. But first, if you love seeing raw talent and dedication pay off, hit that like button right now. And make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive into the biggest viral moments. The verdict: unconditional love and The Greatest Showman. Vibe. Let's start where everyone seems to agree: the sheer emotional power of this routine. Many viewers have simply melted over the unconditional love visible between Dylan and his sister Olivia. Someone said this dance just completely melted my heart, calling the bond between the siblings palpable and so precious. It's clear this performance was more than just steps. It was a deeply personal moment. The decision to feature his little sister and use his brother's song, Rewrite the Stars, was praised as absolutely perfect. Many people felt this was a double dedication, a nod to both of his siblings. As one person put it, he was doing it for both, and the combination was super awesome. The whole dance was described as feeling like it came straight from The Greatest Showman, making it a wonderful and theatrical tribute. For several viewers, this dance was a genuine tearjerker. Many confessed they cried throughout this whole dedication dance night, and Dylan's performance was no exception. It was beautiful, sweet, and for many a major highlight of the entire night, with some declaring it by far the best dance of the night. Little superstar Olivia steals the show. Now, we have to talk about the guest star. If Dylan and Daniella were incredible, the public agrees that little Olivia was a superstar in her own right. People were absolutely charmed, with one person calling her the sweetest little girl and noting how adorable she was when she started the dance, holding her dress. Beyond the cuteness, many fans were seriously impressed by her natural talent. One viewer pointed out how she pointed her toe and straightened her leg on that first lift like rent was due. Another person couldn't believe her technique, asking if she wasn't already taking dance lessons because to so naturally hit those lines at 5? They were just floored by her precision. In fact, some viewers joked that Olivia might have accidentally stole her brother the show. Her presence was truly captivating, and someone else said they bet they'll recreate it as she grows, showing just how memorable this moment was. The general consensus is that Daniella's choreography made both Dylan and Olivia shine bright like little diamonds in the sky. The great debate: highest score and incredible improvement now. We get into the core of the community discussion: Dylan's journey and his incredible score. Dylan received all 9s, a huge accomplishment, and fans were quick to point out that this was his highest score of the night and an amazing reward for his effort. People celebrated this score, with one fan exclaiming that he rewrote the leaderboard with this magical contemporary dance. The biggest takeaway from the comments is that Dylan Efron is the very definition of progress on the show. Many admitted they were skeptical at first. Someone confessed that after the first episode, they didn't think he'd last long, but look at him. Another felt he was a true meaning of progress. Here's why people are so focused on the improvement. He had 0 experience. Viewers repeatedly noted that he started with absolutely no dance experience, making his weekly growth insane to watch. This, for many, is what the show is all about. A dark horse emerges. Some are now labeling him a dark horse contender. Given his improvement, people are seriously starting to believe he could win this season and are urging everyone to collectively vote for Dylan. Technical skill shocked viewers. It wasn't just the emotion, it was the technique. People noticed he was much more relaxed, more in the moment, more fluid, unlike previous weeks where they could see the wheels turning in his head. The lifts were called spotless and insane. Someone even had to re-watch a specific kick, noting his legs were straight, his feet were pointed, and declaring it perfect. Daniella Karagach is also receiving massive praise for her work. People are calling her the Queen of Contemporary and an incredible choreographer. Fans believe she's not just teaching him a routine, but she's teaching him how to dance, which is a huge compliment. Drama on the leaderboard, the overscored controversy. However, you can't have a high score without some controversy. While the vast majority were thrilled, a small but vocal group of viewers started a debate over whether the dance was overscored. This is where the drama begins. Some people felt that other contestants, specifically Robert, should have received those coveted high scores, believing Robert's dance had more emotion and more actual dancing. One person flat out said, "I thought this dance was overscored. I believed Robert should have gotten 9s. The debate here isn't a hate for Dylan, but a disagreement over how the points were distributed across the board that night. One person summarized the complexity, saying they felt it was overscored. Sure, but then quickly added that Dylan is exactly what this show is about, because he has actually improved his technique every week. A couple of other small critiques surfaced as well. One viewer, who loved the song, wished they had used Zac's voice for the track. Another, who was clearly a Greatest Showman fan, wished Daniella had come down in the silks or the ring like Zendaya did in the movie, but ultimately called the performance great nonetheless. Why Dylan is the greatest showman of the night overall? The positive reaction is overwhelming, and it solidifies Dylan as a serious frontrunner. People are truly hypnotized by this performance, calling it infinitely beautiful and a masterpiece they can't stop watching. For many, Dylan Efron has indeed rewrite the stars of this competition. He's not just riding on his brother's fame. He's proving his own mettle, showing up every week and delivering a performance that is not only technically solid, but also filled with heart. Someone said it perfectly. This is proof that Dylan's scores are not just based on pretty privilege. It's about his passion, his dedication, and the visible love he has for his family, which he poured into this dance. He is seen as a sweetheart who is fighting for the finale, and fans are proudly saying, "We see you and your hard work." From a heartwarming sibling moment to a high-scoring performance that has crowned Dylan Efron as the most improved dancer of the season, this contemporary with Daniella and Olivia is one for the history books. It has generated tears, praise, and some healthy debate over the leaderboard. The love for Dylan is clear. He has defined what a celebrity journey on this show is supposed to look like, starting with no experience and working his way up through dedication and a willingness to be vulnerable. But what do you think? Was this the best dance of the night, or do you side with the viewers who felt another couple was underscored? Are you officially rooting for Dylan to take the Mirrorball trophy? Let us know your favorite part of this dance in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more reaction breakdowns.